start this story, I need you to do one thing. Look at the darkest corner of your room right now. Don't stare too long, just glance. Did anything move? Did it feel like something was already watching you before I asked? If you felt anything, even a tiny pull in your chest, you're exactly the type of person this story never leaves alone, because this isn't just a ghost story, it's a reminder. You are never truly alone, especially in your own room.
Come closer. Don't be afraid.
I'm a grown man, married, stable, the kind of guy who shouldn't be afraid of the dark, but I haven't slept in a pitch-black room for the last 7 years. Not after what lived with me. Not after what watched me every time I close my eyes. And if you think you're alone in your room right now, you're wrong. My name is Daniel. Back then, I lived alone in a small house outside the city. It looked normal. 1 bedroom, a small kitchen, creaky wooden floors. Cheap rent. Too cheap if you ask me now. But at that time, I didn't question anything. I liked the silence, the peace, the feeling of being completely alone. But on the very first night, as I lay in bed, I remember thinking, this house is way too quiet. It didn't sound like comfort, it sounded like something waiting. The noises started almost immediately. Little taps at night, like someone knocking lightly on the wood. A soft shuffle across the floor, just inches away from my bed. And sometimes I'd wake up with this heavy feeling, like someone was standing right next to me, staring down at me. I'd sit up fast, switch on the lights, and tell myself it was nothing. Just a new house settling. But houses don't breathe, and they definitely don't watch you. A few months in, I started dating someone. Her name was Emily. She was warm and bright in a way that made my life feel less quiet. The first night she stayed over, the house reacted. We both heard it, a loud knock behind the wall. Then something fell in the kitchen, not like a random noise, more like someone threw something to get our attention. She whispered, "Danny, is someone here?" I laughed it off. "It's an old house, Em, relax." But even she admitted softly, "It feels like someone's staring at us." Those words stayed in my mind for a long time. When we got married and she moved in, everything escalated. Almost every night whenever we got close to each other in bed, the mattress would tremble, sometimes subtle, sometimes so violent it felt like something underneath was hitting upward, demanding we stop. One night, the headboard slammed against the wall so hard we both jolted awake. Emily whispered, voice shaking, "Danny, something's here, something hates me." And she wasn't wrong. There was one night, one that still makes my skin crawl, when I leaned toward her and right next to my ear, a woman's voice whispered,
No.
just one word, cold, sharp, angry. I froze. Emily didn't hear it, but she saw my face go pale. She grabbed my arm and said, "We need to leave." We took a few days away, a hotel, for the first time in weeks. We slept peacefully, no tapping, no shaking bed, no breath on my neck. Emily smiled again. See, maybe it was all stress. I wanted so badly to believe her. But the night we returned home, the very first night, the knocking started again, louder, heavier, almost furious, as if whatever lived there was saying, "You came back, and you shouldn't have." One night, Emily woke me by grabbing my hand tightly. Her voice trembled. "Danny." Something pulled my hair. She wasn't imagining it. Her hair looked twisted, like someone had wrapped their fingers around it and yanked. Then we heard it, a long, slow breath, right beside us. Emily broke into tears. "I'm not staying here another night," and she left, just like that. I didn't blame her, but that's when my real nightmare began. The house felt heavier when I was alone, like the air had weight, like every breath wasn't mine anymore. Every night I lay awake sweating, staring at the ceiling with every light turned on. Because when I turned them off, I could feel her, close, hovering, watching. And then, the clues appeared. A faint perfume, sweet, floral, familiar, one I never bought. A small ribbon under my bed, an old photograph of me, one I never owned, tucked inside a drawer. And suddenly, it clicked. There was a girl who used to live nearby, quiet, shy. She always looked away when I passed her. I barely noticed her. But neighbors said she watched me all the time, that she talked about me, that she loved me. She died suddenly, a fall, an accident, before she ever spoke a word to me. And now, she was here, still waiting, still watching, still wanting. She didn't want Emily. She didn't want anyone touching me. She wanted me to herself. I called Emily and told her everything. I expected her to hang up. Instead, she listened, and she believed enough to help me. We made a plan. We would live normally in the house again, but never intimately. No touching in bed, no closeness at night, nothing to provoke the thing watching us. We stayed like that for months. The house felt tense but calmer. The knocking slowed. The shaking bed almost stopped. It was like the unseen presence was adjusting, accepting, as long as I didn't give my love to anyone else. And then, one morning, we executed the final part of the plan. We acted like it was a normal workday. Got dressed, ate quietly, left the bed made, left the lights off, left the house exactly the way it expected. Then we walked out, locked the door, and never went back. We moved to another city, another home, another life. Emily sleeps peacefully now. I should too, but I don't. I don't see shadows here. No one pulls my hair, no bed shakes, no whispers in the night. But some nights, I can feel someone standing close, just outside the circle of light, watching, waiting. And sometimes, I can almost see them. Two shadowed eyes staring at me from the darkness. Quiet, patient, familiar. So I keep the lights on, every night, everywhere. Because what lived in that room wasn't tied to that house, it was tied to me. Waiting for darkness, waiting for me. And if you ever move into a place where the last person never slept with the lights off, ask yourself why. If you made it this far, keep your lights on tonight, just in case. And remember, shadows speak here, and they see you before you ever see them. If this story stayed with you, hit like, share your own experience in the comments, and subscribe to Living with Shadows. Because the unseen ones, and they're always closer than you think. And sometimes, they're listening.